John F. Kennedy once said, "When power leads man towards arrogance, poetry reminds him of his limitations. When power narrows the area of man's concern, poetry reminds him of the richness and diversity of existence. When power corrupts, poetry cleanses." This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. Birthday Musings of an Aging Man. I felt as if another stone was gently kept on my soul. I will still drink a tea concoction called Tahiti, with its gentle aroma hiding a sour undertone. On my morning walk, I would still meet the man who puts a mask on his sweating mutt. The cat will saunter across the road, certain that it will change the world. The man at C-175 will have Om Jai Jagadish playing on loop, so I would catch a new line every day. Today, the road to the temple had fallen leaves, and the surly priest grumbled, "The fishes are waiting," as I crumbled the loaf and decided to avoid going to the temple. I enjoyed the routine I set, not the one imposed. A kitten meows piteously in front of a closed door. Someone will finally bring out a pan of milk. I hoped I would have left my random gifts behind by then. And though I would find the high morning wilt, I would have the evening folding me into its certain arms. And though I would find the high morning wilt, I would have the evening folding me into its certain arms. So much of old age, like life itself, is of acceptance. I saw a young girl, without fear or preconception, pet a dog which had just snapped at me. She simply found the love inside her, and in some mysterious manner it transmitted to the dog. And I wondered if this wasn't exactly what life was. Like that instinctive dog, which subconsciously knew the deepest instinct of love or indifference. And so much how we age, happily forgetful or bitterly reminiscing, is how we have lived. We often forget that every breath given is a gift bequeathed to us, as also what we will be as we age. We could be dissolute but generous. We could be self-focused but harmless. We could think first of ourselves but always with a good thought for others. And when we reach a genial age, we will have the legacy of smiles in our bag of memories and a rucksack of goodwill to help us get over the rocky terrain which old age invariably brings. Grace is my favorite word. And when I see it in people, in their demeanor, thought, or behavior, I give into that generosity. Because that is what it is. The ability to maintain dignity and care and understanding in both good and bad times, and in front of good and bad people. Because grace leaves levity in its wake. For to be old, and then to pass on, and having left behind a space of serenity, is to have succeeded in life, and to have shown death how exits should be made. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. If you enjoyed this poem, rate it on Spotify or leave a comment on Apple Podcast. And I have a lovely newsletter called The Uncuts, which is like a Sunday dollop of warmth and fun and beauty. Subscribe to it. The link is in the show notes. And if you loved this episode, please do share it with someone you love. See you next week.